Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great and wonderful day. And this is going to be a little bit different. I want to do a gaming thing for once. I want to try to get more on this. I just can't do it. There's so much news with politics and stuff. It's so annoying to get around to this. So, we have this with Bungie and with Destiny 2. And I have an actual personal experience with this because I played this. Me and my friends have played this. And we played it, I think, about 4 months ago, maybe a bit longer now. And we immediately got off around a few hours because the game just felt horrible. Now, what we have here is that Bungie CEO claims layoffs were due to Destiny 2 underperformance. In an internal town hall meeting addressing a Monday round of layoffs that impacted multiple departments, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons allegedly told remaining employees that the company had kept the right people to continue to work on Destiny 2. Speaking to multiple current and recently laid off employees, IGN has confirmed reports that Bungie took responsibility for the layoffs rather than laying them at the feet of a parent company, Sony. Parsons told employees that the layoffs were largely due to underperformance of Destiny 2 over the last year, as well as lower than expected pre-orders for the upcoming expansion, The Final Shape. IGN can now independently confirm that reports that The Final Shape has been delayed to June 2024, and Marathon has been internally delayed to 2025 after having been in development since 2019. Employees were also told that Destiny 2 player sentiment was at an all-time low. Sources tell IGN that this issue had been flagged to leadership repeatedly for months prior to the layoffs, with employees begging for necessary changes to win players back. One former Bungie employee recalled that they were repeatedly assured following the 2022 Sony acquisition of Bungie that there would be no layoffs, and cited an item for a Sony quarterly report that claimed $1.2 billion of the $4 billion acquisition was going explicitly towards staff retention. Multiple employees confirmed that money was distributed to employees who were fully vested, with money split into multiple payments over time and varying based on discipline and seniority. Now, here's the thing. Me and my friend were laughing about the Sony acquisition of Bungie because we always knew on how stupid of a buy it was. Mostly because they seen Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard and stuff like that, and they were actually getting, maybe some games, even though that they were mostly getting it for the Call of Duty than anything else. And this was a better buy than, obviously, Sony going and buying Bungie. And the reason why we laughed at this, why we thought that was a dumb move, was because Bungie hasn't made any good games in the past decade. And the only game that they probably even remotely came decent at all was Destiny 2, and even that is an outright failure. And there's a lot of problems to this, onto why Destiny is just so god bloody awful. Along with the microtransactions, that is one of the biggest things, and I'll even get to show you guys in a little bit here because you'll kind of understand why they had to lay off employees, why they're not doing so well, and among many other things of what led to their decision of this. We have other employees also told IGN they felt especially frustrated with the layoffs given that the company had completed work on a brand new headquarters, more than double the size of its previous office, and likely a pricey upgrade in Bellevue, Washington. We have this from Pete Parsons. Today is a sad day at Bungie as we say goodbye to colleagues who have all made a significant impact on our studio. What these exceptional individuals have contributed to our games and Bungie culture has been enormous and will continue to be a part of Bungie long into the future. We have this. Multiple employees expressed frustration about the layoffs, saying that you felt that the decisions leading to the company's apparent money struggles were out of their hands, and that those who were laid off were being punished for a problem that they largely did not cause. It's definitely weird being the one who is laid off based off the decisions and performances of people in departments you're not involved with. One impacted employee told IGN, being deemed expendable hurts. Additionally, IGN has been told that a noticeable number of employees have been dismissed from the QA team in the weeks and months leading up to yesterday's layoffs. While the exact number is unknown, the number of departures over time were notable enough that the company's head of QA sent an email around to his staff members addressing the situation. IGN has reviewed the email, which claimed that dismissals were not layoffs and not a result of cost cutting in any way, adding that if we ever did layoffs, we would be very upfront about it. So, employees familiar with the situation told IGN that the dismissals came along a side that felt like a growing crackdown on QA, with increased job responsibilities and multiple people being placed on performance improvement plans for seemingly minor infractions. Okay, but here's the thing, and one thing that I want to talk about with specifically with Bungie and stuff like that. The part of the reason why they're not doing so well is because, obviously, as I said, the microtransactions. And if we go here to the great old Steam, you guys will instantly find out that their expansion Lightfall is from all reviews who mostly negative to very negative. So this is just one of the things. Is just not doing good, and I think we even have this here from Citizen. This is one of the first times I actually seen this, to where somebody, one of my friends, actually recommends against this game. That's one thing, and I think I know who this is as well. This is the thing. Bungie has actively, and I mean actively, gone out of their way to completely destroy their fan base and everything abroad, and we're going to show exactly what's been going on. So, if you guys don't know, Bungie is a type of company that is not only infamous for their Halo games, and that's pretty much it. Now, if we look at this, look at all the games so far that they have. You have the Final Shape, which is, obviously, this is the Final Shape, which is, this is probably the Season Pass. So, this is their newest game, or newest DLC. And we have all of these things here, and these are all DLC that you have to purchase. And let me tell you, if you're thinking that you're gonna be buying this game, pretty much for a single purchase for all these DLCs, no, you have to buy them all individually. And in order to get the best gear, you have to, or the best items, best whatever, you have to buy the current DLC. You can't just not do this. Including as which, they say the game is free, in quotation marks, right? Which you'll see here in a moment. If you go to store page here, you see that this says free to play game, right? Well, that's not true, because yes, the game is in quotation marks free, but none of the content that's anything after the base of Destiny 2 can you actually go and play. And if you don't go buy these games or go buy the DLC, you have access to none of the content that is in the Destiny 2, and you have to go buy everything, which, again, a lot of people just don't know. Take a look at this clip here to where somebody is actively confused or don't know what to buy, etc., because there's just so much to it. Me and my friends stopped playing this game for that exact same reason. We didn't want to spend the extra amount of money into the game that you need in order to play it. So, without further ado, here's the clip of people complaining about the issue.
Lots of paid content, but quite frankly, it's confusing as hell. You got the Lightfall plus annual pass, or Lightfall by itself, the Legacy Collection, which includes Witch Queen, Beyond Light, and Shadowkeep, the 30th Anniversary Pack, Witch Queen, Beyond Light separately, as well as Shadowkeep separately, the Forsaken Pack, and the Armory Collection, which includes both Forsaken and the 30th Anniversary Pack. There's so many different bundles for old content that quite frankly, this is absurd. I have so many people that come into the stream that ask, which one do I buy? And quite frankly, how in the hell is someone new to the game supposed to navigate all of this? Now here's a novel idea. Why don't Bungie just bundle everything? Literally, just the everything bundle. All content through the year of Lightfall, or the Lightfall plus annual pass, or the legacy content bundle, which includes all those old things that tends to confuse the piss out of everyone.
Now, it's exactly as I said, where confusion. And even me, as a person that's played Bungie before, we don't know which DLCs to buy at all for the current thing or whatever. It seems like it's simple enough, but it's not. And it has to be way more confusing, as the person said here, that for a new person to come in and try to look at which DLC to buy, because they have no bloody idea. And he is correct. You have that for all kinds of DLC. If you get to 3 to 4, you should probably bundle all the DLC into one, so that way you don't have to buy everything. But as you can see, every single DLC you have to buy separately, and that's just a huge amount of money, and it's just a bloody money grab. So we have this here from Pete Peterson's. These are truly talented people. If you have openings, I would highly recommend each and every one of them and stuff like that. I don't know quite sure why this man is going out and saying stuff like this. This is weird. This is something that me as a CEO wouldn't want to go out and say or bring it to light. I would honestly be somewhat a little bit quiet about the whole situation in general, because it's just like I just don't announce what I'm doing publicly for stuff like that and all that great stuff. But that's just the way it is. And the way I'm seeing it here is that I'm not seeing a lot of the anything great going here in the microtransactions and all this stuff, and it's just annoying. And with Bungie, with the season passes, with the price increases, the horrible microtransactions which are destroying everything, which I think I'm gonna just show this little clip here as well, because it's gonna kind of go over exactly what I'm talking about. I'll briefly talk about it exactly as well, because it's really annoying when you have games that have a huge amount of microtransactions, and they're all and they're not like cosmetics, but they're microtransactions that makes you stronger in the game, that is more like feels like a pay to win. It's stuff like that I have a huge issue with, and this is kind of what he kind of saying about it.
Bungie opened the floodgates and are now allowing people to buy max rank for the entire season pass on day 1 of the new season. And you may be thinking, really, Cross? The season pass is not even pay to win. Is that right? Let's take a look, shall we? What does the Destiny season pass actually contain? Emotes? Shaders? Ornaments? What about XP bonuses? In-game materials? More weapon drops? Yeah, you can get those. Progression boosts? Season passes got them, fellas. Exotics? God roll legendary weapons? Every single one of those is available from the season pass, and every single one of these you can buy immediately for $100 at the beginning of a season. It didn't always used to be this way. Years ago, you couldn't even buy levels in the season pass. But then in Season Undying, Bungie had a change of heart. You can now buy them, but it has to be at the end of the season. Bungie called it a catch-up mechanic, so no one would miss out if life got in the way.
So yeah, exactly what I was just saying. Like, there's been a lot of pay-to-win stuff with Bungie, and I think with Destiny 2 in particular, and this is part of the reason why I may believe to where the game is just not buying or doing as well. People are seeing and realizing that the game is pay-to-win, that the game is, that it doesn't seem to be as fun anymore, and all these other issues. So nobody is really wanting to purchase the game. And the quality of the game has also gone down immensely as well. So this has a lot of things to do with Bungie and what they've been doing recently and what they've been doing to their games. They have also been not very kind to their fans as well, which has honestly not been making fans very happy. And I come from a person that used to like Destiny. Me and my friends all played it for a very long time, and then when we stopped to take a break, we come back, and then we realize there's all this stuff that we have to go and buy, and you literally honestly have to buy almost everything in order to make the game function the way you want it to. And honestly, you only need to buy the last 2 expansions, or the last first expansion, because, that's where you are to get your content. But of course, even if you do buy this stuff, you don't have access to the other things back in the back end. So, it's really unfortunate that Destiny has gone this way, but it's just the way it is. They always trying to do this type of stuff, and what can you do, right? I'm actually very happy that I made this video. I finally get something out of politics and more into gaming, so maybe I can try to do some more of that stuff as well. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, this social